Wait a few minutes. Can you hear me now, Jocelyn? Yeah, can you hear the sound or no? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, cool. All right, give me a second, okay? I'm gonna get some water. Okay, I'll be right there. I'll put my guy here for a second. About 3 or 4 minutes, okay? We'll get started. James, what's going on, big guy? I'm just getting some water. I'll be with you guys in a minute. You like that? That's my buddy. Good evening, Louis. How late are you going to be there? Yeah, okay. I won't be able to make it. I thought maybe I could buzz down there. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.
You want my iPad is?
So how are you guys doing? All right. This group that we have, I would say we have maybe less than 10 in this group, okay? Just so that you know. So again, the percentages, when you guys start doing webinars, because I'm going to teach you how to do that too, you're going to get about 10%. So let's say you have 1,000 in the group, you get about 100 that comes. Another 900 that don't, and out of those, maybe another 40% will actually watch the replay. I mean, people get lost in space, you know, work, family, whatever else. So the important thing is have at least a few people that come. I know there's a few other people that are committed to come tonight, but I'm going to get started anyway because this is not a long webinar. Now, contrary to popular belief, everyone believes you got to give all this fluff and content and everything else in order so everyone gets their money's worth, right? That's not really the deal. The real deal is connecting with people and giving them the information that they need. Less is better, okay, because it's going to get you to react. When you pile all this stuff on just for the sake of selling something, hey, Jeffrey, what's going on? When you pile everything on just for the sake of selling something, you get away from the actual thing you're trying to do, and that's like help people out, right? So you don't want to give a lot of fluff. You want to be right to the point. People will respect you for it. You're going to learn a lot tonight. Copywriting is like learning how to ride a bike, okay? You actually have to do it. It's not theory. because all your creativity will come out of your head and you'll start doing really well with it. Okay, so you want to implement what we're talking about here today, and you want to get out there and start. Man, this is looking rough, isn't it? I got to shave. This is, so you have to implement, and when you start doing what we talk about, you're going to become a very good copywriter, because it's not that hard. It's really understanding the elements, the components that take care of the sales message. So once you got the elements down, and Linda, how are you? Once you have the elements of copy down, you'll be able to do it over and over and over again, like riding a bike. There is a formula to it, and then there's a creative side to it. And then once you sit down and work at it and practice it, everything will get easier and easier and easier. So instead of you just reading, I used to read good sales copy and be like, wow, that was really cool. How did they do that? Right? Everybody does that. And it's hard to see exactly psychologically what's going on with this thing. But when you can master copywriting, you control your own destiny. This is the most important element. The rest of it, I always just consider hard work. Fulfilling a product, creating what they want. It's just a bunch of work. It's like any other job, kind of. Not really, because you're doing it for yourself and you're working at home, hopefully. And so once you master a copywriting and you have that skill, it's an acquired skill, and you take the creativity out of you, you're going to do really well and sell products. And every idea that you have, you'll be able to come out with some kind of copy for it. And even in opt-in forums, that different is better. Let's face it, everyone's got all videos on their page, and you have just a white page that says you're going to learn this, and just a little tiny little box without even getting their name, just their email address, they're on your list. And then you can help them out and market to them. So you always want to think out of the box. And I know everyone hears that term, and I really never understood it, because it's like, oh, thinking out of the box. Oh, yeah, fine. What does that mean? I'm just going to step on a podium or something. No, what it means is being creative. You don't have to do like everybody else. In fact, as long as you're not crazy about it, doing different will gain people's attention. So never be afraid to try something new or something different. And especially with your copy, you're just expressing yourself, and you're getting it down in a systematic way on paper so that people actually buy things. Now, Jocelyn says, you don't know what you don't know until you do it, and then it's easy. I think I'm going to patent that phrase. Yeah, that's a good line in the copy. In fact, it's true. This is not a theory class, as you guys know already. This is an action class. Now, I can teach you so much, but you actually have to sit there and do it. But the cool thing is, I'm not going to leave you in the dark. To get this kind of training, usually it costs thousands of dollars, to be honest with you. But I'm doing this because, number one, I want some raving fans. Every time someone says something good about you, it helps your business, and that's what I'm going to teach you. So people are going to say good things about you, and it's going to help your business. You're going to help them one-on-one also. That's the niche now. The gurus got this. Get 1 million names on a list and mail them every day. They got that down. Okay, it's hard. It's really almost impossible to break into that niche. But they've left a whole void of personal marketing. You're better off working with 10 people that want to work with you than 1,000 that are like, who the heck is this guy? Send me another email or something, right? So you want to get people, one by one. Then you'll get to 100, then 200, then 500, 1,000, and 10,000 people that really love you. Oh my God, you're going to be at the beach, okay? You're going to be working at the beach every day. All right, so that's basically what copy is. It's just combining these elements and getting down and just writing it. And the good thing is, I'm going to review everything that you do. So it's not like you're going to write it and then go, oh man, I don't know, is this good or what? And that usually costs a lot of money too, right? To have personal attention. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to make suggestions. I'm going to give you ideas to change it. I'm going to get your brain thinking. So everybody's a little bit different. So depending on what you're thinking, what you're writing, what you're saying, I'm going to deal with everyone a little bit different. Because one person might be more creatively speaking, one is more organized, and bullet points are better, and one's, everyone's a little bit different. But when you bring the whole package together and you put it all together, it's strong. All right, and I'm going to help each and every one of you individually make sure you know what good copy is all about and why it's good. All right, with that being said, let's get into something here. And like I said, it's not going to be a long webinar, but it's going to get you off the ground. We want to go bit by bit. Too much information will just bog you down, and it's not going to do you any good. I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully you'll see everything here. Okay, let's go into, where is this? Here we go. Hopefully everyone can see this. Let me quit sharing my screen for a second and let me know that you can actually see this so I'm not talking to the wall. All right, so I got to get off of this for a second. All right, can somebody just tell me, did you see that copywriting slide there to make sure that you're actually seeing this and can hear me? As I'm waiting for you, because there's a delay in this thing, you know. Okay, you can. Thank you, Jocelyn. All right, I'm going to go back to some slides here, okay? All right, copywriting. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, that's the end of the class. Let's go home. No, I'm just kidding. This is about copywriting, right? All right, now, can anybody tell me what's the most important element of copywriting? Now, I'm not going to go back and look at the responses. I don't think I can see them from here anyway. Let me see. Is there any way I can see? I don't think I can. Okay, so just type in there, so I'll go look at them later. Tell me what you believe is the most important element of copywriting. In fact, I will go back because this is important, and I want to see what your answers are now and help me know what you're thinking about, okay? So let's go back to this. All right, go ahead and put in there, what's the most, okay, the story, Jocelyn. Anybody else? Anybody? Let me know what the most important element of copywriting. The headline, okay, very good. Anybody else? Anybody else? The headline, okay, Linda? That's what I guess you mean, right? The headline? Jeffrey? What you got, Jeffrey? Let's see what Jeffrey says. And then we'll move on. And I won't tell you. I'll let the slides tell you, okay? All right, Jeffrey, I'll watch for your answer later. Hopefully you're still on the call. Okay, let's go back to the slides here. Those are great answers. I'm thinking the close. Okay, James is the close. What's going on, buddy? Okay. Those are all wonderful answers, by the way. Okay, they really are, because they're all very important. However, the most important part of copy is making it a no-brainer to buy hit the buy now button. Okay, now all those things that you mentioned will get them to that point. But think about it. The whole goal of copy is this. At the end of it, you want someone to go, oh, heck yeah. I want a piece of that. Where's the buy now button on that? So when the price is kind of off, but the copy is good, you'll get, well, let me think about it. You get someone to go, all right, I guess I'll try it. Someone will go, I don't know, it sounds a little bit off on the price. When the price is right and the copy's no good, they'll say, well, same thing, right? So it's a combination of price and getting them the copy, getting them to say, man, I'd be an idiot not to get this. That's the goal of copy. You want them to say to themselves, I would be an idiot not to get this. Then you're getting a lot of sales, right? In the front end, you don't care. You break even, $7, $19, $27 on the software. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're selling, because the back end, you're going to make most of your money anyway. That's why you can darn near give the money to the affiliates on the front end or give them half of it or whatever. And it's, it's the funnel and getting the people into your funnel and dealing with them one-on-one is what's going to make you the money. So remember this always. When you get done reading your copy, and try and be objective about it, which is very hard about your own copy, but would you say, man, I'd buy this in a second. When you say that about your own copy, you're on the right track. Okay, so just remember that. And this will be a replay. You'll have this forever. Okay. The elements of good copy are, and it's a lot of things you guys just talked about. These are elements now. The number one element is the headline. That comprises of at least 60% of what you're going to do. So you got to spend a lot of time on headlines. You know, I used to think a headline, I'd sit down for like an hour or something to jot down, 5 or 10 things. And I go, this won't work. Man, you don't know that. Okay, you don't know whether it would work. That's why you want to split test them too. But when you think you got a headline, now you can get lucky on your first 5 or 10. But to develop a good headline, you need to work at it. It becomes a sixth sense. So you have to write a lot of them, like 100. That's going to be your first assignments. I want to see 100 different headlines. And don't be saying, "Oh, you're kidding me," because what it's going to do is exercise your brain. It's going to tell you the importance. Remember, you got to get in there and work at this. Okay. And the headline is the most important thing, because in today's age, you have about 2 seconds to capture attention. And you got an average headline, it's psychological. All of a sudden, they think it's like an average product. So you got to spend the time on the headline. And the headline has to be something cool, but not too over the top, right? It's got to have some sizzle to it, but not too much crazy. It's got to have an idea or a hint of what it's all about, with a hint of the money. So you want to have like a benefit and money in there, and a kind of like what it's about a little bit, to get them to read the next line. You don't have to give it away, but you don't want to be so far out in space that it's like, this guy's crazy. I have no idea what he's talking about. You want to have it intriguing, some sizzle, some snap to it, something cool. So what you do is you go over to JV Zoo and read the top 100 products over there. Read their headlines. Go to JV Notify Pro. Read their top headlines. Go over to Warrior Forum. Go to the WSO. Read their headlines. Now, they're going to have less of a classy headline there. The WSO is like a notch below real, true professional writers, because you get a lot of looky-loos in there. So you don't want to be too big on, well, not looky-loos. I mean, you have a lot of, you have wannabes, I guess. So you want to make sure that you take that, some of the headlines are good, but when you go over to JV Zoo and you start reading their headlines, and then you compare it to the WSO, you'll be able to see which ones are good or not. Okay, now the subheadlines are the second most important thing, other than getting people to hit the buy now button, of course. But subheadlines, are very, very important. The headline brings them in, then lots of people won't read the whole thing. They're not going to read it because they don't have time. They might read like your first paragraph, and when they like that, they'll start reading the subheadlines. So the subheadlines have to tell a story too. So on good copy, when you read the subheadlines, you could read the headline and all the subheadlines all the way through the copy, and they will actually tell a story too. So they're not just random subheadlines. Like, I went out to Burger King and got a burger, and then there was Jane. Oh, we started talking about golf. We started talking about basketball. We started talking about our children's school. What? I thought we were going into Burger King and hamburgers. Well, the real subheadline is, I went to Burger King and had a burger. Man, was that good. I couldn't believe how it made my mouth feel, right? You know what? When I was done eating that burger, I needed a shake. You see, these subheadlines are going to tell the story. The manager came out. He was a real crazy dude. Didn't want to give me my money back. Something, maybe got bad fries. But the idea is the subheadlines have to tell a story. You have to be able to read the subheadlines and have it make a story all the way down to the buy now button. Some people will buy just like that. They'll read a little bit and buy. You don't know. Everybody's different. Okay. Next thing is bullet points about your product. So you want to call it a barrage of bullets. You want to have all these bullet points in your copy. Okay. So let's do this for a second. Okay, let's just say, I use my copy as a sample. I mean, what the heck, and I mean, it works. So let's just look at it. So a headline is, I wrote 100 headlines to get this. Little guy, and you see the coloring looks nice. It helps out. Little guy skyrockets to big profits by discovering a 1, 2, 3 money getting process that's so easy, even a child could do it. It makes you want to at least go into the next step, right? Don't let the gurus read this amazing story. So that's the headline. Look at the subs here. I was stuck in a daily nightmare called traffic hell. My boss shouted, "You're fired, good luck." At first I panicked, but then over time I realized even a complete newbie with no special skills or training can make money online and become rich from home when you know how. There's the kicker, right? However, back then I was oblivious to online success. I needed control, get off the freeways, I need to eliminate the boss. It was hard without a blueprint. I was broke, frustrated, confused. I define that. Tired of being the little guy, I wanted something bigger. The lifestyle's rich and famous. That's me with my new hairdo and my new girlfriend. My eyes stared. Now, finally, here comes the solution, right? My eyes stared in disbelief. Okay, nothing was working for me. It was hard without a blueprint. Then 2 plus 2 finally made 4. My eyes stared in disbelief. Could this be the holy grail of internet marketing? Known only by insiders and gurus, it has never been revealed or is hardly even talked about by anybody. Okay, it gives a little mystery to it, right? And I'm not going to get into this stuff yet. I'll get into that later. The subheadlines, at long last, I discovered the pot of gold. Okay, people want proof. Show me the money. Income proof. Like having a recipe to bake the perfect cake, you simply follow the steps and it comes out great. All right? But why are you practically giving the little guy big profits away when it's such a powerful course? And you give people reasons, but we'll go into that. That's something else. I just want to do the subheads here. Finally, a step-by-step no-fail system for the little guy. Now, here's the barrage of bullets, right? Here's all the bullet points. It took me like a day or 2 to write these. You want to go ahead and read them, too. By employing my never-before-revealed secrets inside, you'll have the power to create massive results as marketers hang on your every word. But don't just take my word for it. Here's even more proof. This PDF report is your turbocharged, life-changing guide for success. And then here's and I'll show you how to get testimonials too. Because I know when you first start now, it's hard to do. Plus, now here's the bonuses. I'm going to get into that in a minute, but we're just doing headlines here now, subheadlines. Grab your copy, okay? Then you can grab your copy of the Little Guy Big Profits. So for free, okay? So now what you want to do is these bonuses you'll get for free, right? So it says your copy of Little Guy Big Profits today, and I'll include my never before released killer bonuses for making super fast cash anytime you need it, totally for free. Now, I don't know whether you guys read these bonuses. You can actually make money. This one here, it says $2,500, made $4,500 in 3 months with just this one. And that's the truth. In fact, you can just employ these bonuses and forget about everything else. You see, people don't want to take action. I mean, look at this. I have 3 bonuses. I made $4,500. It's one of the simplest things I've ever done. Anybody could do it, and probably nobody's doing it. And it's just the way it is. These type of things I'm going to go over in a minute. And over here, so why only $7? You're giving them a reason why, right? There's 3 simple reasons. Put that in there. And then here's the last headline. How much energy and creativity is your boss going to zap for you before you realize enough is enough? I love this graphic. It's so funny. You see everything, the subheadlines flow, right? You can actually tell what's going on in the story just from the subheadlines because a lot of people won't read the whole thing. I like reading the whole thing myself. I find them interesting. Okay, so bullet points we just went over. Testimonials we covered. Bonuses we covered. 2 guaranteed boxes. Now, I mean, not just the, a guaranteed button. You want 2 boxes because they have all your guarantees in them. And it has your buy now button in them. Okay, here's the guarantee. And here's the 2 buy nows. Okay. 2 guarantee boxes. That's really supposed to be 2 buy now boxes, right? What you're getting here. You don't need 2 of these here. You can offer someone 200% back, by the way, because they actually have to implement it and show you that they've really worked hard at it and they've got nothing out of it. And I know everybody will get something out of it when they work hard. So I got no problem giving 200% guarantee. Most people are just either lazy and a few get their money back because they just don't want to do anything. And then here's the 2 buy now boxes is what it's supposed to say. You put the check marks in. I'll go over what a good buy now box is later, but you want 2 of these. You see how I got it? And I go into here a little bit. I talk a little bit. And then I give them one more opportunity with the same buy now box. Do you want 2 of those? And this is the whole box like this. You don't want to just put a button by itself. You want to have a buy now box. It's very powerful. It looks nice too. Okay, and a word from, this word from is this, and this works really well. For all the people that get down to the end and are not sure, this should really say a word from Eric. And I really mean this. How much energy and creativity is your boss going to zap for you before you realize enough is enough? When you answer that question honestly, and you want to write like this, like just like you're talking to them. So I'm going to read this. When you answer that question honestly, it should be enough motivation for you to make a change. Don't wait like me to get fired or be forced into change. Take control of your life now because I'm handing you the keys to the Maserati, the blueprint for success. You see, back then it was not easy because I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment and could barely pay my rent. I was drinking every day and my life was a daily hell. It took a set of fortunate circumstances to turn my life around. Now I'm giving back to the community so you can turn your life around. Should be also. Don't miss this chance. It may be the last opportunity you ever have. Hats off to the little guy. Eliminate drudgery. Start tomorrow. Order your blueprint now. See, that last, by the way, thing will get a lot of people. Everybody buys for a different reason and a different point in the letter that makes sense to them. So just, you want that little a word from at the end and put your own 2 cents in there. Okay. Compare and contrast boxes. Let's cover that. You want to compare your product to other products, or you want to contrast them, and you want to do like questionnaire style analysis. And that's what these are. And they look creatively, they look nice too. So let's go over this. And this is a lot of information here. Don't worry, I'm just this is like an overview for right now. Okay, I want you to get the big picture, and then we'll go over the thing. Here's a compare and contrast box. Okay, broke, and I'm going to spell out what this means. So it's a little box that I put in. What is broke, frustrated, and confused? Broke, I wasn't even making a dime online. As hard as I tried, nothing ever seemed to work. Who do I trust? Is internet marketing one big scam? Can anybody relate to any of this? Yes. Here's a compare and contrast. Comparing working from home and a job. It's a good time to put it here because I said my eye stare and disbelief was good. Now I can work at home finally. Let's compare the two. Can anybody relate to this? I work from home on a computer, traffic, drudgery, and commutes to work. I work anywhere in the world. I'm stuck in the same drab cubicle. I work the hours I want, staring at the walls for 8+ hours. There's no cap on the money I can make. Lucky to make a measly 100 grand. Now, I say that because I had a 100 grand job, okay? But people kind of like that because it's like, wow, he thinks 100 grand is measly. What can you make on internet marketing? I never said what you can make on internet marketing, right? I let them figure it out. I have complete freedom for vacations and fun. 2 weeks vacation to escape the hell. That's pretty true about all that, right? Let's look for another box. But why are you giving this away for free? Okay. Now I'm giving the reasons. Okay. First and foremost, I'm a giver. Blah, blah, blah. Secondly, it can never be saturated, so why not? Third is for selfish reason. I want testimonials. That's true. Finally, be selecting a few marketers for case study. Okay. You do well, you get to be a case study of mine. Okay. And then bullet points. We already went over that. Testimonials. It's pretty basic when you start thinking about it. There's just a little formula here. There's the bonuses. Here's a little quiz thing. I like these too. Take the transformation challenge test. Do you have any of these telltale signs? Are you sick and tired of not making a dime in line? Now these are obviously all going to be yes. This is stacked, right? Yes. Are you confused on who or what to believe or trust? Yes. Have you tried everything but nothing seems to work? Yes. Have you spent, just ask Jeffrey about all this. Have you spent a small fortune on marketing offers to no avail? Yes. Are you stuck in shiny out of nightmare? Yes. Well, they're loaded questions, but sorry, they're all true. I mean, what can I tell you? All right. So those are the boxes I'm talking about here, okay? Compare and contrast boxes. Answers to now these are things that your copy has to answer, and it's interwoven in your copy. Who? Well, that's who are you, right? You want to be different, and you want to let them know who you are, and you want them to let them know you're a real person, okay? And by doing that, you're going to get trust. They're going to feel like they know you. What? Well, what do you got? What are you selling? What is it? What's different about it? Okay, what is the product? Okay, I want to know what you got. When is it being sold? Yeah, JV Zoo, here's the launch date. That's got to be there. Where JV Zoo? Okay, where it's being launched. So the when and the where aren't really tough. Why? Why am I going to buy from you? Okay, why is your product good? Okay, what's it going to do for me? Why is it different? Why is it going to help me get to where I want to go? In other words, what separates you from everybody else? That's a what and a why. Very important. Other than a headline, what is the most important element of the sales letter? Now, we talked about a lot of this already. And other than the headline, it's not the sub-headlines. The most important thing is get them to convert, right? Making it a no-brainer. But other than the headline, it's the story, okay? Now, the story is the biggest thing you can have as an introduction, because everybody, it's like going on a date, right? You're not going to start kissing a girl as soon as you see her. That would be crazy. All right, you got to get her warm to the story. You got to get her warm to you. You got to ease into it. You got to have fun. You got to go out and socialize. You got to go out to the movies. You got to go out and eat, and then that kind of goes there. You don't just start kissing the girl, right? I mean, or asking her to marry you. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So your story is going to get them warm to you. Everyone loves a story. So the story should be real. It should be something that really happened. It can be dramatized, okay, a little bit. The world's full of drama anyway. And your story is what's going to start the thing out. So you're going to separate yourself from everyone that goes, hey, man, you guys are in the list building? Man, I got the best thing since ice cream. You hit this button and starts gathering names. Yeah, whatever. I'm out. That's what people say. I mean, everybody's trying to sell something on a list, right? You got to be different. You got to have a reason where someone says, man, I like this dude or I like this girl. This is really cool. It's your story, okay? Like I said, it's something that is real, okay, that you can relate and you can weave into your product. It's not just some random story how you're swimming in Vermont and then you're selling like list building in California. I don't get it. It's a great story. It's not related. Now you got to weave it with your story. Your story and your product is the hero of the story, okay? Your product is woven as it's the savior, the hero. And we're talking about like a Cinderella story, a Hollywood story. Everyone knows the Cinderella story, rags to riches, right? Everyone can relate to being down and having nothing good happening. And there's the Cinderella story. She's scrubbing the floor. And long and behold, she always believed. She's never greedy. She always, didn't seek anything, but she knew inside that the best would come to her. And she would just let fate not fate, but, let her own belief allow things to happen. And sure enough, it did. And everyone loves that story. The new one I was in the movie, you could tell the story over and over and over again, because the Cinderella story or the Hollywood story is what make people buy. They relate to you and then they buy. Now, here's a Hollywood story, okay, that you want to write your thing on. Basically, the Hollywood story is this. There's somebody that wants something, okay? They set out on a journey to achieve it. They run into conflict along the way. It would be too easy when you don't run into conflict. No one will relate to it. Everyone knows there's trials and tribulations. Like you got to write 100 headlines, right? Or you got to write a copy. You got to work at this, right? But the Cinderella story is you're a good copywriter when it's done. So when you don't have the conflict in there, okay, like mine was, hey, it wasn't easy. I didn't have a blueprint. It was tough, but you do something. People can relate to the Cinderella story. You have to go through the suffering in order to get the good. So that's the Hollywood story. The person wants something. Somebody wants something, right? They set out on a journey. They go out to get it. They run into conflict. They overcome the conflict. There's a resolution to the story. and they attain hopefully what they want, or the story continues. All right, that's the Hollywood story, the Cinderella story. That's how you want to write your story that you're going to incorporate into whatever you're selling. Okay. And again, we're going to do this step by step, and I'm going to review these things. This is just an overview today, all right? So you have the big picture. You can always refer back to this video. Now, combining these elements with cool graphics will captivate your audience. Again, I don't need to keep going over this, right? I think everybody likes the graphics. I like it. All of these ideas were mine on here, okay? The copy is all mine. The graphics, most of them are my ideas. My graphics guy is very, very good. So, you know, I had like a cake, and he put that there. I didn't tell him what kind of cake to put there, but I knew I wanted it. He's really cool. Show me the money, dude. That's crazy. Lunatic guy who wants the cash, right? Okay, show me the money. I told him I wanted this type of thing. I described it. He put this here. So, and I told him I wanted something like this, but he figured out the actual graphic. He put that there. I told him I wanted Groundhog Day style. He came out with that graphic. This guy is fantastic. If you ever want to use him, I totally recommend him. It's not really, really cheap, but it will pay for itself 10 times over. Because when you have it like a cartoon kid's book, it reads like a children's book. You talk about something, and then there's a picture. You talk about more. This stuff converts, and it converts better than video and everything. It's phenomenal. People love a story. They're never going to quit liking a story. They don't feel like they're being manipulated. They can read it at their own speed. But when you put it with graphics like this, you're going to do very well. Okay, you write the copy, you get graphics on it. It's going to convert. That's the main thing. It will captivate your audience, and they're going to hit the buy now button. Okay, what is your hold on a second. Going too fast here. What is your story? Why would somebody buy from you? Okay? Why would they buy? Why would I buy from you? When you're just giving me average copy and you're writing some stuff, blah, 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 I can do list building and, you know, check me out. I'll be like, well, who the heck are you? I go to Mike Filsaime and get that. Who are you? No, I'm the person that cares. I'm the person that wants to help you. Everybody else is doing what? Selling you stuff and running away. No, I want to help you get somewhere. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, now I got somebody's attention. I got your attention, right? Who are you? What separates you from the crowd? Everybody's unique and different and has something to offer. And when you bring that out, instead of just being a mime, you're going to do real good. What makes you better or different? Why should I buy from you? Flock of birds are going. They're all white. They're going in the same direction. They go by every day. They're going to lose my attention. A blue bird sticks out. It's above them, and it's flying in the same direction, but it's doing some really cool maneuvers. I'm watching the bluebird. You can watch the white crowd when you want to, but I'm going to watch the bluebird. All right? He's cool. He's doing something really neat. I like it. Don't copy the gurus. Be yourself. Be different. Let people know who you are. Get out of this mindset that you got to listen to what the gurus do and copy them, because that model doesn't work. It works for them because they're in years ago. They got huge lists, and people are going to buy even when they have crummy copy. You got to be you, and you got to help people. Then you'll be successful, okay? You got to remember that. That's our model, the little guy's model. Your personality will shine through when you do that. People will buy because they like you. They help you. I was talking to Timothy yesterday, right, Timothy? The only reason why Timothy was on here tonight is because I did a one-on-one with him on Skype. He's got a daughter the same age as mine. We related to each other. He's got a son almost the same age as mine. And I said I will help him no matter what until he's successful. And he said, I'm in. That's what he did. And now what's your homework? Okay. You need to book an appointment with me for 10 minutes because I need to make sure you got your product right. We can't write this copy without product. When you want to write copy just for practice and make a fictional product, okay, I'm good for that because this isn't about product creation. This is about copy. But I assume you want to, the product creation's in the white paper thing. But I assume that you want to create a product. So, I mean, let's make it a real product so that you can write good copy for it because I'm going to help you get, at the end, you're going to have fantastic copy that people are going to want to buy. That's the bottom line. Then you can teach people how to do it like I'm doing. I'm going to teach you how to do that too. We will discuss in this meeting everything that you're doing, okay, your product, so that we can get a formulation for your copy. Then it's time to get started. Like I said, this is work. I'm going to guide you, but I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make him drink. All right, so you got to actually do this. The best copy is written simply by doing it. You just got to do it. It's not theory. I'm going to give you the structure, so you're not just like writing copy that's like nobody's ever going to read. That would be kind of silly too, right? But you actually, once you have it, you got to write it, and then I'll review it, and then rewrite it again and review it. At the beginning, when the headline isn't right, we could work a week or two on the headline when it's not right. I'm not going anywhere until the headline is right. It ain't happening. So the harder to work on the headline, the quicker we can get into your other things. Because next time you write it, you're going to go, okay, I get it. I'm going to write my headline right. Because it's like a house of cards. It's going to fall down when your headline isn't right. Your copy's going to fall down. Nobody's going to buy it. You're going to be like, what the heck happened? Oh, yeah, I didn't listen to Eric. Okay. Well, I guess I'll start all over again and do it right. No, just do it right the first time. I'm going to show you what you need to change and where you need to go. Just do it right. Write your headlines until we get it right. You're going to love your headline when you do. Okay. Let's see what my next slide is here. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm down here. Oh, I'll just go to the green thing. Jeez, what am I doing? Okay. After you do it over and over again, it will be like riding a bike. It's true. You'll be able to sit down and whip out copy like a savant. And then you can start charging. I had a guy get a hold of me already on over at the Warrior Forum. He wrote me a letter and he said, man, I couldn't find you anywhere. I couldn't find your this is a true story. I can show you the message. I couldn't find your email address. I'm just dropping you a note here. I'm $1 million marketer over at ClickBank. I have 10 projects I need copy for. Can you write copy for me? We can get you started on the first project and then go from there based on our conversions. Hello, I just picked up a copy job for who knows what it's going to be worth, right? The guy's a millionaire marketer. He liked my copy. And you get tired of product launches, you get to write copy for people. So you want to learn how to write good copy. You'll get work just because you do that. It's the truth. And you will control your destiny. The person that can write copy is the guy that's going to make the money. You can write it for yourself or anybody else, okay? Bad copy, good product, no sales. Good product, good copy, bad product, you're going to get sales, but you get refunds, so you got to have your product that's in. Your first assignment will be write to 100 headlines. Like I said, this is after we talk, okay? Then you will start to see the importance of a good headline. All right, you'll start realizing what the difference is, because when I look at them, we'll review them and then figure it out, okay? Where's that green thing? There it is. Yeah, I'm getting smarter. I'm almost done with this. You're going to do great. I believe that. Because it's not that hard. It's just a formula in the system, and then it's getting stories out, and then weaving the stories as your product is the hero. And then, hey, making a price that's no-brainer so they get done and go, oh, yeah, I'm going to get this. Okay, that's it. That's it on there. Let me go back. So don't forget, always what I would do is I would go back to littleguybigprofits.com. I'll get you some other websites, too, that have headlines and stuff so you can compare it. But I mean, this one works. You don't want to start reading too many, but go over to look at headlines at JVZoo and some of these other places and read good headlines. And you can even throw one over to me and say, Eric, what do you think about this headline? And I'll tell you. But you don't even need to say, Eric, what do you think about this headline? Because you'll see that it's not as good, right? Especially you start looking at them and they don't feel like you want to read anymore. You'll know yourself. When you feel like it's good, you'll say, oh, that thing snaps at me. All right, let's go back here. There I am. My daughter's stuff all in the background over here. She's got all her dolls. See her dolls over there? Look at those dolls she has. She's a doll girl. She loves them. Well, yeah, Sandy, I'm going to provide a link I don't have it with me right now. You guys, does anybody know the link that gives my appointment schedule calendar? It's like book.me or something like that. I don't have it in front of me. And I don't want to go fishing for it because I have too many tabs open. But I'm going to send you out an email tonight. And basically, I'll give you the replay link of this so you can have it on file. You might want to watch it again. And there's a calendar so I can be organized. I don't want to be like crazy with all kinds of people coming. I have to create stuff during the day too. I wear many different hats in case you haven't seen it. I got no hair, but I wear hats. Okay. Superman. When a boy becomes a man. I do a little voiceover work, so I love it. So I'm going to send you an email with this calendar scheduled thing, okay? So you can book an appointment with me. Basically, from 11 to 5, I'm available because mornings I do some other things and I got to get a lot of work done. And I'm not going to totally fill my schedule in the afternoon every day. But we don't have a lot in this copy class, to be honest with you. There's less than 10. So that's a good size for me because I can work with everybody. So that's it. Anybody have any questions? Yeah, you're right, Linda. When you learn a lesson, you can save them some pain, right? The cartoon graphics, yeah, Jeffrey, I love them too. I only do cartoons. I won't step in and do real images, real people, real faces, because I believe we're all like children in a way, and that we remember our childhood was like some of the best fun that we ever had, right? And we allow the child in us to come out. We can have a lot of fun. And those cartoons, I mean, everybody likes. I used to, I love watching cartoons. I watch with my daughter. So those graphics are really they're important. I think cartoon is always the best way to go. But you may have a different idea, which is fine. I want you to have your own creativity. Who you are needs to come out. So when you see yourself as better with real images or assortment of images, it's okay. But I like to remain consistent all the way down and through. So there's like a pattern to it. That's just the way I look at my copy. I love it. But I look at other people's copy to do that, and I love it too. It's just what appeals to me. Now, everything appeals different to everybody. There's no shoe that fits everybody. No, Linda, not your business strategy. This is a copywriting class that we're talking about right now. So I'm going to teach you how to write copy. I have a product creation class, which hopefully you guys are enrolled in. It's the white paper, which teaches you how to write copy. Create a product. So there you do need to let me know about your product. Here you can just tell me your product. I'll tell you what I think about it. But inside the white paper, I'm going to help you actually build your product and make sure that's right and get the copy. It's a combination of both. This is strictly a copy class here to teach you how to write good copy. So it could be a fictional product or a real product. I would suggest that you do a real product, right? It makes sense. Jeffrey, that's a good question. I guess, with JVZoo tracks everything, okay, with your buy. To be honest with you, I don't care what button they hit. That's why I got 2 on there or 3. 2 buttons are good. So when there's a reason for it, like when it's important to know they hit the bottom button, I guess it would track it. But my thing is, what's the conversion of the letter? Does it really matter which button they hit? That's the way I look at it. As long as they hit a button, I'm good. When I put 100 buttons on, I get more sales, I guess, to do it. But you pretty much aggravate them doing that, right? You don't want to get involved in that. Love the graphics. Anybody else? Thoughts or ideas? Because I'm all that in a bag of chips. That's why they want what I got. That's funny. You're going to be a good copywriter, Jocelyn. That's hilarious. Okay. I use JVZoo, and I want to do more on analytics for some other things I'm doing, which is an area. Here's the thing. You don't have to be good at everything. I'm not good at everything. Okay, I know a lot about it, but I'm not good at everything. Analytics is not my cup of tea because I know it's boring, but you need to know it. Testing, yeah, I need to test too because these are going to help your conversion. So as I build my team, I'm actually going to build a team that's going to work together. I already have a couple of people aboard. Jeffrey, welcome aboard. One of my new teammates. He's joined forces with me along with Lance. These guys are fantastic. Hopefully they'll be part of my team. We worked together for a long time, but we're working on a project together already. And they're committed for the next year to do some special things. So I want to grow my team very big. So, at some point, hopefully, this resonates and, everybody does something different. So my point is you don't have to do everything. I need a real good, strong media buy person to learn and be able to implement media so that whatever we invest, for the most part, we have a very good success rate, and then just turn the traffic on and watch the numbers roll. That to me is the ideal system, because you could turn it on to anybody's offer. You don't even have to create the product. You create your own. Always create. And then in the meantime, you could be selling CPA offers, cost per action, put in a zip submit or something, make $1 and get a whole bunch of them. And, traffic is king. So I need, you don't want to stay stagnant. You want to keep learning, and you want to surround yourself with people that can do a lot of good things. So you don't have to do it all. I mean, it's too much work, believe me. Even doing a launch by yourself is daunting. You got to do everything. It's debilitating. You work a lot of long hours and a lot of long nights. It's interesting. Your booking link. Yeah. Do you have that, Jocelyn? Because I sent that out before. Does anyone have my booking, my link to book appointments? Yeah. Tom, yeah, you will have access to my graphics guy. His name is Steve. I'll put that in the email too. Might not be in tonight's email, but I'll get that to you. And we got another class next Monday on this too. So, software to build your sales page. I use Optimized Press for software type releases, and the long form sales page. What I do is I go inside of a blog and type it, because they got it formats really well, and there's the coding behind it, inside of a blog. So you get the source code, and you can make red font and larger font and this and that. And I kind of put it into paragraphs, and I'll put image here in parentheses, and then I write what the image is, and I'll take that whole thing and I'll create the actual page, put it on the internet, and then I'll send it to Steve. I'll say, Steve, here, go to this page. I'll give him the web address. That's what I want. And there's the thing. And he'll take it and he'll mold that into a letter and put the graphics. And I'll say, okay, that graphic is too big, or that guy's looks too goofy. And I'll look on the internet for another one. I say, do one more like this. And I'll say, move the graphic over to the right. I'm about balance too. I like to, you don't want it too close to the guy's head or maybe too far away, or, I'm about balance. Maybe there's a couple images around this guy's head that look like this. So I'm about flow and balance and colors and ideas of what the guy looks like, So, I'm a creative artist that way. And Steve can put all the graphics in there. He's just phenomenal. You're gonna convert when you get a letter like that. Most people don't go through the time to do it like that. But I'll use him to do long form sales letters, which is good for informational products and stuff like that. Which is the best actually. Oh, you posted it. Can you post it again here, Jocelyn? Post it so it's at the bottom here. Because I don't see anything right now. Jocelyn apparently has my, okay, there. Okay. Hey. Oh, Timothy. Thank you, Timothy. So that is my booking link. I'll have to remember that. Wait a minute. Something doesn't make sense. There's HTTPS and HTTP. Can't be two of them. Which one is it? You see what I'm saying, Timothy? You got two of them there, so it's only one of them that will work. I forget what it is. Okay. Jocelyn, can you put the HTTP www in front of that so it will be an actual link? Because that one's not a link. And then book 10 minutes with me. Hopefully you have a product in mind. And And when you do, let me know when we talk whether you're part of the white group, because when you are, you're going to, we're going to help you develop your product too. Yeah, you got to put HTTP in front of it. So it's an actual link. www.littleguybigprofits.simplybook.me. And then schedule 10 minutes with me. And it doesn't have to be like in the next day or two. It could be beginning of next week, whatever. Just you have your product in mind, what you're going to do, so that we know what we're writing about. You know what I mean? And then we want to work on headlines. Yeah, thank you, Jocelyn. That's it right there. That should be a link too. That's a link, you guys. You can book right on it. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, and then you're going to have to, you have to do a little bit of research, and you have to start out by writing 10 or 20 headlines, and we'll go over those. Don't just write 100, okay? Because I want to steer you in the right direction. But write 10 or 20 and have them come from different angles. Everything is about the angle. So let's see, I got myself here, right? When everybody's coming into here at this angle, they're seeing the same thing. Like, oh, I've seen that before. I've seen that before. I've seen that before. This guy's selling the same thing. And then all of a sudden someone comes here. Wow, what's he doing? That's kind of cool. It's the same thing we're going to, but it's a different angle. So you want your headlines coming from different angles. Okay, what is the angle of approach that you're trying to approach? Is it about just about the money? Is it about the appeal, the vacations they can get? Is it about the, the intrigue, the mysteries, what is the angle that's not too pie in the sky, that has sizzle to it, some snap to it, a little bit of substance and intrigue to get them to go to the next step? That's a good headline. And there's an art to it. There's no real set formula. It's an art form. And the more you work at it, the better you get. All right, that's it. I'm done. I got to cook some dinner or something. Any other last questions before we're out? Sorry, I don't have my Hollywood lights out here today, so it's darker. I just put them away for the night, and, so I got that fuzzy look going on. But it's good content. I appreciate everybody coming. And wait a second here. How do I look at your message, Timothy? Timothy wants me to look at his message, which is marked private, but I don't see how I can look at it. I'm clicking a button next to it, it's not doing anything. I'm going to get a separate email for this class too, okay? And I'll put that in the link, in the email, send it to you, so you can send me your copy rather than bogging down my my other copy. Let's see here. Oh, the white product here. Okay, let me see if that's correct. Yeah, there it is right there. That's for the white letter, in case you're not a member of that. And that class meets every day. We're going to meet every day for a year or more, right? I'm going to teach you different things about not only product marketing. I'm going to run across a lot of things that are marketable. Different ideas that I come across, tips I could share, things like that. So it's just it's a good class. It's cheap. It's $27 a month. Okay, it's like a dinner for yourself or whatever. So it really comes out to be like $1 a day or something. You'll get your money's worth, so don't worry about that. I'll make sure of it. Oh, you're very welcome. Let's see here. James says, okay, good information. I really appreciate sharing knowledge. You're welcome, James. Everything, I really like doing this. I like helping people, and I want you guys to succeed because it's really going to help me out too. The more people that say, hey, you know what, this guy's got good content, he's really helping me out, the better it is for me, the better it is for you, because you're going to do the same thing. You can go to any level you want. you want to hold your own webinars, you want to train, coach, I'm going to teach you how to do it all. So you can, and I'll help you get it off the ground too. I really want to sincerely see you do well. So this copy class here is really, you want to master it because, that's your ticket. It's your ticket to doing really well. All right. I'm out.